ma'am, and especially my dear friend Ramesh sir for taking such initiative and guiding students on new technologies like embedded signal processing. These areas are really evergreen. Like whatever the technology comes or whatever the evolution comes, the signal processing embedded system never fails. Like these are all the part and parcel of new technologies that's going to happen. Okay, so let me start the presentation. Is my screen visible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, we are able to see, sir.
Okay. Okay, so the title would be something like this, like IoT challenges, design aspects for sustainable development. I hope you all know what is by sustainable development. Like, I think you are aware of the SDG goals, like Sustainable Development Goals by World Health Organizations and ENO. So, what is this and how we do it, and what is the responsibility of each and every individual on building a better nation without spoiling the natural resources through technology is what we call as sustainable development. Many developed countries are presently working on sustainable development goals. Okay, even all the Smart India hackathon problem statements and all the projects and all the AICT, UGC, everybody just mainly insist SDG as one of the parameter to be included, to be considered. Even in foreign countries like UK, many of the countries, and one of the professor came to us for taking one credit course. They had designed a curriculum mainly for sustainable development. MTech in sustainable, MS in sustainable development. Like anyone can just join the course and they can learn technologies and they can start making their own better future of solution for this. Like people of chemistry will join, computer science will join, and they do their project from their own basic domain. That's what the professor said. I was quite amazed. Like, how do you just take care of the prelims and other things? Yes, they have framed a really wonderful syllabus, and they are working more on. Foreign countries are really working more on sustainable development. So the project what you are seeing here is an UAV mounted with IoT based water quality sensors. The UAV will land in some location and it will take all the water parameters and water quality like dissolved oxygen, pH, temperature, everything. It will take all the data and all the necessary data will be immediately pumped to the cloud database. In normal occasions, what people do is they take a boat and they go inside, they collect the water sample, and they disturb the water resource. Like it will be more of algae oriented things will be there. They will disturb, they will destroy the algal blooms and do a lot of unnecessary activities. They collect the water and come back. But these sort of vehicles can land in any water source and take n number of water sampling and can able to um, how to say directly transmit data to the cloud environment. Okay, so this is what I really do in my lab, and this is my thing. Like I'm Dr. Kanaj Chandrasekhar. I'm an associate professor thanks to Tech University. I'm an editor in chief for Next Generation Computing and Communication Engineering series. While it is a book series, I'm an editor in chief. If you are really interested to author some book, especially faculty members who have joined, if you are really interested to author some books on this title, you can contact me. I'm an associate editor in Wireless Networks, and I have my own blog. You can follow my updates in this blog. Apart from this, I am an AMCO and WAPCO. I'm an industrial consultant for these companies, and presently I am dealing with more funded projects. And I am a visiting faculty in UC Leuven, Belgium. So the sources of the images and other things are from Google and my own blog. So this is the thing, and I hope you know what is this. This is the near future what people are expecting. Like Elon Musk has said that he is going to launch more number of satellite, creating a mesh around the globe, so that internet connection will be very very fast. Like even in deep Amazon forest, we will be getting more internet connection. And you can, all the trees in Amazon, all the water resource in Amazon, everything will be connected to internet, so that you can able to deliver the oxygen production of individual trees. You can able to see anything, like sitting in a chair, you can able to monitor anything through this sort of thing. So this is a near future what comes nowadays. People on ISRO and the private agencies are talking more about nano satellite launches and other things. So India was really good, like making more number of payloads, satellite payloads to the outer space. But recently, this Elon Musk guy has outbreaked us. Like he has sent more than, I think, 136. I am not sure about the count, but 136 plus satellite he has launched. The same vehicle, launch vehicle. It's a very very great thing. Like, so what happens to all these satellites when satellite goes out? It is being landed somewhere in what to say, somewhere in the sea or something. So same thing happens, like pollution and other things, e-waste monitoring, everything is a great problem. And recently I have seen that the people are moving towards renewable energy. I am from a town called Neyveli, where people used to produce more amount of coal-based, lignite-based power source. So I'm born and brought up in that area. So what recently I visited my town, that I can able to see lot of solar panels being erected all over the city. Like at least some 50,000 solar panel was erected, and I am in Chennai near Avadi. I was in Avadi, so I could able to see near the DRDO plant. They have erected more solar plants and other things. And I questioned the scientists and the other things, why you are erecting more solar panels and what is your mission, vision, etc. They say that we are towards renewable energy resource, blah blah things. But the age of these solar panels are only 40 to 50 years. I hope you all know. So after 40 to 50 years, how will you decompose or how will you maintain the solar panel e-waste? Solar panel e-waste is silica based, which is very very toxic, and you cannot just recycle those things as immediately. So as an engineer, discovering some solution isn't your only duty. You also want to think in a long term manner, like simply discovering that renewable energy is the new era. Everybody moves to renewable energy. So after 40 years, how will you dump the solar waste and how will you reprocess the solar waste? And as an electronics engineer, it is your main duty to know how to process the solar waste. E-waste processing is a very very tough and what to say, it is a very very tedious job for everybody to address. Like it is really worse. You cannot concentrate more on this, and many that we are lacking in, really lacking in these resources. Okay, so the plan of the presentation will be something like this. Like what is the Internet of Things? 1 minute. What is Internet of Things? How IoT works, current status, future prospects of IoT, knowledge management, future of IoT, potential of IoT, few applications of IoT, technology challenges and IoT, research gaps and single board computers. I hope you all know this movie. How many of you know this movie? Have you seen this movie? No? Hello?
Sir,
What is this movie?
it's a
Life
pie
of Pi.
something.
Oh, good. Life of Pi. It's a very favorite movie. Like this is a favorite meme which I got from internet. So this expectation is something like this, and reality is something like this. It's really funny. Okay, so the thing is, industrial expectation is something like this. Like people expect more from very low resource. Like a guy should be a guy should give a product which can able to do all things with very low cost. Okay. So, but with the low cost, what we can able to deliver is something like this. With the 10 rupees, people even want more things on sophistication, what to say, comfortness, everything to be done, but it should come at low cost. What is our expectation is some within some 5 to 6 lakhs of just Maruti budget we want, we are expecting something like Rolls Royce or Benz or Porsche sort of comfortness in all vehicles as well as everything. So there is a huge gap between the reality and expectation. Why? Because we are lacking with many technologies. Like still, even with the Chinese, we are lacking. Like we don't have proper signal processing thing. We don't have a good knowledge in PCB stuffs and other things. In India, it is tedious to get a PCB design. It is really hard to find an PCB printer. If you find also, they will not do it for cheap. They will do it at very high cost. And if you just order the same in China, immediately within a couple of days, people will print these things and they will send you. Okay, so that's why more people rely on China and more industries being concentrated on China recently. That's why we had more opportunities to attract the Chinese based investors to India. I think we all know in pandemic one, a huge meeting was being held by Modi ji and even by our Prime Minister to attract the people who can able to invest more on India. The people want to leave China because of the pandemic, because they started this war, and they everybody was putting pressure move to other countries. Like we are the perfect match, so people started moving towards us. So I hope within some 5 to 10 years we'll have a good scope on improving the technology, and it is really a gift for the students. Because of this pandemic, more technology are moving towards India. Like more opportunities are moving towards India, and the people are enjoying your classes in online. That's the main thing. You're really gifted. Like you're enjoying classes in online. You're sleeping and listening the classes, and even some people switch off the camera and switch off the mic. They go somewhere. My class, that happens a lot. Okay, being in a remote position or locked up in a position is not the real learning things. You are really independent nowadays. With thanks to the technology, how it has is quite different. Like you have a sensor, you have a processor here itself. If you get the sensor data, process it, and send only the inference to the location, it is what we call as internet edge of things. Like your edge device has more compatible space, mission intelligence, memory systems, and lot of other opportunities to work, so that the load transmitting load gets reduced. So that is the main inference that happens here. There are presently more number of boards and other things are available. When I was doing my bachelor's, if I want to program something, I want to go to um, at least 15 to 20 kilometers. Like we will be having a pick based flashing circuit or something. Nowadays, you are very very easy. Like you can able to program any Arduino's or any Raspberry Pi through your mobile. But while I was doing my same way, Flipkart and other things. You can simply order any equipment and get it received in a couple of days. Start your dream. Like you can able to whatever comes, what you can just flash your idea within a week, I think. But when I was doing my bachelor's in 2010, there will not be any e-platform to purchase. If you want to purchase anything, you should at least cycle 10 to 15 kilometers to get something. If you simply forget one resistor also and come back, and you want to go again, purchase that thing and come back. Okay. So nowadays you are having these suggestion systems. Like when you get an car cover, they will also in the Amazon they will also give suggestions like you want a car wash or something. The same way if you order some product, they will also give all the necessary items beneath. Okay, so we were quite struggling, but you guys are really gifted to handle these things. I'll show you some of the important single board computers. Plan your project in these computers so that it becomes more industry ready in nature. How many of you know Raspberry Pi? I hope everybody knows Raspberry Pi. Am I right? Hello? 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 Is my voice
Yes, sir.
audible?
Audible, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I hope you all know Raspberry Pi. I will just introduce you to some new boards. this is a real industrial board. Like if you go to any industries and say that you are working on Arduino based boards or something, people will just say that people will start laughing at you. Why? Because this Arduino based boards or hobby boards, they don't really give good approach, or they don't perform industrial solutions. Okay, so they are not fit for industrial purposes. So this is the boards which can able to work for industrial purposes. Okay, please go through these links. Okay, so these are all new boards. Like the cost of the boards is something like 10K. Like I hope as a group you can purchase these boards and start working with these technologies. These are really good, and these can work with Python. All the boards what I am sharing can work with Python. You guys have Python in your course? You guys are deemed to be university or autonomous? Hello, you are affiliated to one university. Am I right? Hello, you are affiliated to one university. You attained autonomous status. Have you reached autonomous status? I'm not sure people are listening or not. Okay, so if you have reached the autonomous status, you can put these things in your course, like program elective and blah blah things. You can just append these things so that you can able to teach many peoples on new technology. Canada University syllabus is really rigid. You cannot change the syllabus, but if you're autonomous you can able to change the syllabus on your own. So you see all the drones manufacturing and other things happen because of this Jetson boards. It can able to handle deep learning, can able to do machine learning activities, and it can able to do lot of other works. Okay, so try to do your project or try to give the project on these platforms so that the students will have a really healthy future. You see how the edge computing devices works. This is the thing where people do, as principal ma'am was saying something on robotics. All the robotics platform works with the NVIDIA. Like it can able to take a lot of image processing algorithms. It can able to handle many loads and can able to process the loads perfectly and can able to work a lot for you. But the only thing is you want to know how to program it. Okay, I have shared you the link. This is a very famous board what companies are working on. Know the real need of companies, then start your project. Like I can see a lot of projects sitting in a dark room, sleeping after the completion of project. You give it to your college. It sits in a dark room. After some couple of months, the college management put it to scrap, and they don't reuse or they don't give the same project to the next batch. Okay, so don't do it like this. Faculty members, please take a project, continue the same project for at least 2 to 3 years. Like I think a year will contain 2 semesters. If you're tri-semesters, I don't know, 2 semesters. So you give the same project at least for consecutive 6 semesters, so that after the 6th semester, the same project will become industry ready in nature. Like it doesn't sleep in any room. It will sit in any company which can satisfy user requirement, and you can able to fine tune it, and you can able to launch your own processor or something. You can able to do lot many activities on that thing. Okay, so try to be in such a manner. So I think I have shared you this content. You please go through these websites and links. That would be very very useful for you, as well as for your students as well. Okay, edge of things I was talking on. Internet of everything, like Colgate and other companies is working on Internet of Things. You might wonder what is the relation between Colgate and Internet of Things. So I don't know how many of you really know smart brush. Okay, how many of you really know smart brush? Like people don't have good oral care. Like even small kids, they don't really do good oral care, and they cannot able to brush properly. So that's why you can see a lot of YouTube rhymes. If you are having kids, you can able to see a lot of YouTube rhymes on how brush, how to brush your teeth. Something many rhymes will come because they don't brush properly, and they are more prone to tooth decay. Colgate has come with a solution with the Internet of Things as well as signal processing and sensors. What they do really is they put a sensor and internet connectivity and give the brush to the babies. Like they brush it, and after the completion of brushing, they will get a message, like parents or even the things will get the message that they have not brushed this area or this area, this area, this area. Even we don't brush properly. And how many of you know tooth flossing? How many of you really do tooth flossing? You know tooth flossing? How many of you do tooth flossing? Even if you just brush a couple times a day, you are more prone for the tooth decay concept. But if you go to dentist, they say that you want to brush properly, but they will never reveal that you want to make tooth flossing every time. Tooth flossing, if you go to medical and ask what is tooth flossing, they'll give you a rope sort of thing. Like you want to put the rope and you want to clean the edges of the teeth so that all the food particles in the mid of the teeth will go off. Okay, so that is the main concept, so that you can have decay free tooth. So if you are continuously do tooth flossing, your tooth root will be shaky, like your root your gums will become weak. Okay, so there is these things can be attracted or adjusted with the help of internet of things. So people are working more on internet of things. So what I'm trying to mean here is internet of everything means even brush, toilet, and other things, everything will have internet connectivity, so that you can able to know their performance, and from their performance you can able to have some inference. That inference can able to give you an good oral care, good daily care. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Can able to give good oral care or dental care, anything. It is really necessary for a better future. Okay, so internet of nano things is also a very good concept. People of GA Tech, these people are really working good on internet of nano things. Okay, please go to this website and see how people are working on internet of nano things. They are making really good innovations on yeah, this journal can help you a lot on how to work with nano and make nano based signal processing. Okay, please go through the links at least once, so that you will have a really good knowledge and idea on how to make things. Okay, even I want to go through, like I just went through a long back. I want to read new articles in this. So students and faculty members, everybody go through the articles, at least the headings, so that you can able to see what are all the current technologies that is happening. Internet of nano things is setting it is a dust-like structure. Like it will be something like a sand or dust. The sand or dust can be able to capable to just work with what to say. It can be able to communicate each other, and if you blow it, it will seamlessly get integrated with the environment, and it will start communicating the data to the sink. This is what happens in Internet of Nano Things. Internet of Nano Things is very interesting in medical field. They inject the nanomaterials inside the bloodstream. It goes, identifies the carcinogenic items, like carcinogenic items in the sense cancer causing items. Oncological studies, more on oncological studies are happening. A lot and a large amount of vacancies and opportunities are there in healthcare. I think after the pandemic, I think you guys can realize how far we are lacking in healthcare and what are all the necessary steps that there has to be taken for healthcare. I think you might have realized on your own. If you can able to do it, then it would be a great opportunity for you to start your own business and do a lot of things. Do you remember that before the pandemic starts, like first in 2019, I hope, when Modi sir was Modi ji was talking, one day we are going to lock the entire India for sample. Something was done, and immediately I got a mail from AICT and all the parties that whether you are having any medical related company, can you able to manufacture mask or do something, and we can able to do ventilator design or something. Everybody, faculties from AICT, I think, received mail. We are in a large hunt for device, medical device manufacturing. Especially, I think after the second wave started, we are badly in need of ventilators. Like Indian Institute of Science, IIT Bombay, everybody they started making their own ventilators. Tata Institute they started making their own ventilators, and I think in IIT Kharagpur or something, one guy poured some water and he started making his own oxygen. Since oxygen lacking was there, through water dissolve process or something, he started to make his own oxygen for home care. You see, follow all these blogs and make yourself more knowledgeable with these technologies. What is IoT? The Internet of Things is a network of physical objects or things embedded with electronic software, sensors, and network connectivity, which enables these objects to collect and exchange data. Okay, so it allows objects to be sensed, controlled remotely across existing network infrastructure, creating opportunities for more direct integration between physical world and computer-based world. So I think you guys know about the Google new project on virtual reality based mapping, Google Maps and other things. Google Maps has entirely gone to a new level. Like one just bot or one avatar will start guiding you to new locations. Have you seen it? How many of you know this project? If yes, where is it? Sorry. Oh my god, voice is not clear. Huh? Hello.
Sir, it's audible, sir, audible.
Oh, it's audible. No? Okay. I think you might have seen this demo. It called as VMAP. Okay. So I'll link. An avatar will start guiding this lady to new locations. Okay, it's on there. So check this link. More on next generation GMAPs. Okay, so Google this word and see a lot of YouTube videos. You can able to understand how people are working with the data. Like everybody has data in their hands, but it is our main duty how to work with the data. Like how efficiently we handle and manage the data. That's where people get attracted. Okay, structure of IoT is like tagging things, feeling things, shrinking things, and thinking things. So tagging things is nothing but everybody I think has Facebook and other things like you work on Facebook and you take a photo, you picture yourself and you tag with all the necessary peoples and friends. The same way feeling things is nothing but with through sensors we can able to feel new things. Like even recently government of India has just launched a new sensor kit. How many of you know it? To identify the COVID car. I think the name of the device is Covicare. Like it will be just like a pregnancy strip. I hope you all know how to you guys know how pregnancy strip works. Like whoever is the subject, like the woman who is expecting pregnancy or whose periods is past, they want to spill their urine, the morning urine on their kit so that it will just show some couple of lines in the kit. So this is how it works. The same way, COVID, then you want to put the sputum on the kit and it will show you whether you are COVID or you are having a COVID or not. So these handheld point of care devices is what we call as feeling things. People of EC background and electronics and instrumentation background, they are really working hard on finding new accurate sensors. Like the sensor should have high repeatability, it should have high accuracy and other things like everything. So thanks to government of India, it is working a lot on the scientists in. I'm not sure about the politicians. The scientists of the government of India, they are really working hard to find new care devices for COVID patients. Okay, shrinking things, thinking things. I hope you all know what is shrinking things and thinking things. Presently in 2020, we are having 7 IoT devices per person. In I think 2030 it will be at least 10 to 15 devices per person. Like I went to an hotel in Nanganallur recently in Chennai. There is a place called Nanganallur in Chennai. I hope you might have heard. Very famous Hanuman temple is there. Like I was sitting in a very small hotel, and the people started switching on their fans and tube lights above me through mobile phone. And I asked, how do you do it? And we have a consultant who works it with very low cost. And I just saw the architecture. They were using sonar relays and they connected with Wi-Fi and they are making good aspects. Even the small hotels in Chennai and cities are getting more into Internet of Things and other smart intelligent systems. Okay, so I hope there is a very good future, and I'm sure that Coimbatore, Chennai, Trichy, and other cities, Madurai, even Madurai has been shortlisted to become a smart city. There's a lot and lot of opportunity for especially EC background and computer science background, electronics and computer science background to excel their opportunity, to excel their career in IoT. Okay, so but it needs repeated practice and long-term commitment to work with these devices. You guys know the applications of IoT like education, business, transport, energy, everything has a huge aspects on IoT. There has some huge opportunities in IoT. I hope you know what is meant by sixth tone. You guys know what is meant by sixth tone? It is a very famous project in China. Please go through this link. What they have done is sorry. Sorry. They have placed the camera above the board so that they can able to identify the facial recognition of individual students, and they can also able to see how they perform in the classroom. Okay, So all this has happened with this technology, with classroom care. They can able to scan the students. They can able to identify the behavior, listening, writing, sleeping, answering, and they also give score to this. And they can able to, you see the camera here, it is monitoring all the students. It can able to see how many their emotions as well, like whether they are happy in the class, they are good in the class, and do all sort of activities. Okay, so this is a very famous project in China which is going on, and this has some very bright future in India as well. Like I think you know Byju's. How many of you know Byju's? Byju's, hello. You guys know Byju's?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So what is the origin of Byju's? Most of the Byju's share is being held by Chinese. You guys know it. Digital marketing, digital education sector is really a great opportunity for us. Like if you are really good in concept, if you go and explain to them, they will make a real good video or presentation out of it. And with augmented reality and virtual reality, they really do wonders in education. With all this happens with the help of embedded systems. There is a smart classroom in Kerala. You guys know it came in news also. Digital classroom becomes India's high-tech classroom. How many of you know this? Have you seen this news? Hello. It came in like Pudiya Talaimurai, and how many of you know this? You should really know this digital classroom in Kerala. A lady will, teacher will talk about elephant. Real elephant will come in a digital format before them. It turned very viral. Yeah, this one. Sorry, it's not. Sorry for the advertisement. You should bear it. 1 minute, please. I just uh, I'll share the link. Please go through this link. It is really an wonderful concept where people more technology intervention is there. You see, when the lady explains about the world comes before it. The actor revolves. All this happens because of three-dimensional cameras and 3D platform, 3D just what to say 3D projectors. They keep projectors at the corners of the classroom, and it projects the design. You see how interesting. If this sort of classroom was there while I was doing my schooling, I would have been in MIT or Stanford right now, because the people was not good at explaining the concept. Okay, so please go through this link. It is really very useful stuff. Okay, this guy has taken the initiative. This is the private party. He is having, I think one guy was speaking, no? This guy was the company who took the initiative and implemented free of cost in the Kerala. Okay, so this is only one sector, education sector. You can see a lot of sectors and opportunities in transport, energy, business, as well as home applications everywhere. Like you know what is Tesla car, you know how Mercedes Benz works, what is Rolls Royce. You guys know what is ADAS systems? ADAS. Autonomous driving vehicles. advanced driving assistance systems is what we call as ADAS. You can start writing your project on ADAS. It is having a very good opportunity. I hope many people even now they work with image processing, very basic project which has been a lot of people has already worked in such projects. You can start working with very new concepts and projects like target tracking, advanced driving assistance systems, mapping, 3D digital elevation models. A lot of concepts are already there which needs more concentration and a lot of scope is there. But people don't do that, and we simply work on same routing algorithms and very old concept. Right now I am working with the digital elevation model along with ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. We got funding for some 3 years worth 30 lakhs. We are building digital elevation model of our entire campus. The same code and other things will be shared to ISRO so that they can be able to put it in their satellite or their communication thing, and they will start making digital elevation model of the entire country. So that is their plan actually. Working on digital elevation models and new concepts. There are literally very low cost sensors available to do such things. You start working on new sensor designs and new concept. Okay, so this is a real practical situations and need of Internet of Things. Okay, so future of IoT, how IoT works, application of IoT, how IoT is really. People confuse, many people confuse that IoT is not really good. IoT is a solution provider. What to say, like so many people come to me and they ask that I want to do a project in IoT, I want to give solution to this problem through IoT, blah blah things. No, you want to know that IoT is not a solution provider. It is an what to say, it is a comfort giving thing. It exists over the technology like cloud computing, machine learning, sensor design, wireless communication. Those are all technologies. Through that technology you can give comfortness to someone. Okay, you can provide solution to something. In order to be good in IoT, you want to be good in any one of the existing technology, then only you can able to do good works on Internet of Things. Otherwise it is really difficult to learn Internet of Things. These are all the possible good domains of IoT like machine intelligence, cloud computing, wireless networks, and physical sensors. I think you guys will come in these three tuples. Okay, you can work with adjacent tuples like physical sensor, machine intelligence with cloud computing with wireless technology, wireless with physical sensors. Okay, so these things can be done. The ultimate goal of IoT is to automate human life. Okay, these are four corners of the IoT like energy, fault tolerant, reliability, security. So if you are doing a project like you are concentrating more on improving the energy, like very low energy consuming modules you are designing, or if you are really working on so to say, for example, you design a mobile phone that can last longer for at least 4 to 6 days, but you want to sacrifice fault tolerant and security. You can able to provide only very low security and fault tolerant. Okay, so first you want to identify the need of requirement of the platform, then you want to start working on those domains. Okay, what is this? How many of you know this thing? இது என்னன்னு தெரியுமா? What is this? It is very famous in Tanjavur,